Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently working our way through the road build up over here, and that's almost complete at this point. We've also been working on a lot of city development, and this corrupt trader is definitely not getting anything. There we go. Perfect. Also, we've got a potential civil war brewing here. Who is angry? This lad. Okay, I'm gonna bribe him. No problem. That seems great. So at this point, what we really need to be doing is just spending our gold on developing our cities and waiting for our aggressive expansion to drop again. We are in a very powerful position here, and we can just keep taking territory like this. This cycle is very stable, which is great. We're in a really, really good position here. That's for sure. Can we do any colonization? Actually, yes, and we should do so. There we go. That's going to get us another city, which is perfect. This city has no buildings in it, so we'll be developing that quite soon. No doubt about that. So up over this way, these guys are going to be done with their road build eventually, and that will save us a good amount of money. So that is absolutely wonderful. Let's check in on where we have our next building slots at. Okay, so that was not what I wanted to do. Hang on. We need to cancel that. This fort here needs to not be a thing. Okay, get rid of that. And instead, we are, of course, going to be putting in a couple of forums and a couple of freeman districts. There we go. Okay, so now we need to come in here, and we can move this guy over so we can actually see what's going on. There we go. Okay, so what do we got going on? This is right here. Oh, my. Okay. Sure. That queued up a fort. Wonderful. Not what I wanted to do. We'll cancel that, and we'll put in a forum, and we'll put in some freeman districts. A bountiful harvest. 3,570 gold coming in. Beautiful. That, of course, is money that we are going to put into our cities. Okay, so next up would be this one right over here. Beautiful. We can put in a forum and a couple of freeman districts. There we go. Okay, so what next do we have? We have Perselk. Sure. So that is right back over here. We're at the point where a lot of these have developed up their civilization level, so this isn't really surprising that these African cities need a second pass. Cool. Next up, of course, we've got Kessie, which is going to be over here. Wonderful. So we put in 3 forums and a freeman district. Knossos is now producing earthenware because the forest was cut down. Okay. Well, that's not necessarily ideal, but it isn't that big of a deal either. So next up would be Patiga. And where are you? Down this way. Beautiful. Okay, so easy enough. 3 freeman districts and then a tax office. Wonderful. We have so much gold right now, we can just continue going through these, and that's really good. So next up would be Gebel, not Gebassel, Gebel. There we go. That is up over this direction, and we do have a tier 5 port here. Now, why do we have a tier 5 port here? That is an excellent question. This is our shipyard down here, Rashpot. So I don't believe that we need a tier 5 port here. Maybe a tier 1 port is okay, but to be honest, I don't think we even need that. So let's get rid of that. This is not well set up either. We produce dyes here. We do already have a decent amount of slave structures built here. So let's get rid of the shrine. Let's get rid of the noble district, get rid of the commercial district, and get rid of the 2 citizen districts. There we go. We'll put in a foundry, we'll put in mills, and 1 slave trader, and then 3 taverns, 2 freeman districts, and the rest of this can be tax offices. Like that. Well, that was fairly extensive. Next up would be Kama, which is this one, and is in need of, looks like, some freeman work. Okay, no problem there. Next up would be Mariaba, which I believe is one of those that we made into a city. Maybe not. I don't remember doing that in this location, but maybe it is. Hard to say. I don't remember either way. So we do have some starving pops. Is that all in the same location? Yes. So that is all in this state. 3 out of 2 imports. Okay. We don't really want to cancel any of those. So instead of this being on acquisition of wealth, we could put this onto encourage trade to boost the monthly food modifier by 5%. Otherwise, I'm wondering what else we might want to put in here. I mean, we could put in the tax office. Food is growing here now. Very slowly. Very slowly. I don't know about that. I'm just looking at our food here. It's going up by 0.63 per month. I feel like we maybe should put in a trade route here. So we'll do that, and that will hopefully help matters. Okay, next up, what do we got? We have Marnavalis. Now, that one I definitely remember working on. Excellent. Cool. So that is right down over here. Excellent. We can get 2 forums and then 3 Freeman districts. Actually, only 2 before we run out of building slots, but that is fine. Foundry of Babel Mitzri is thriving. Actually, I'm just going to take the funds. Looks good. We've got so much money right now. So we just did Marnavalis. Now to do Carnavalis. I mean, it's actually just Carna, but it would be funny if it was Carnavalis. I mean, we could make it Carnavalis. I think you can rename cities in this game, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't actually know how, though, so maybe we won't. For now, we'll build 3 Freeman districts, and we'll build a tax office. Excellent. Next up is going to be Sana. Okay, so that one is right down over here. There it is. Beautiful. And we would, of course, go for some forums and a Freeman district. No problem whatsoever. Then we've got Ocelia. Still in the same general location. We got a martial advance. We'll deal with that in just a moment. I'm going to get these forums and Freeman districts going. There we go. And as far as our inventions go, I mean, I'm still very interested in, like, Central Reserve into Scorched Earth. Tactical Withdrawal would be useful, but I think for now, Central Reserve is the way to go. Okay. Next up is going to be Yatil. Yatil? One of those. Probably neither, actually, when I think about it. I'm probably absolutely butchering those pronunciations, but it's okay. Okay, next up is Afa. Right over here. No, I hit escape a bunch of times and that didn't do anything. Okay, don't build a fortress here. No, we are going to instead build a forum and build some Freeman districts. Cool. We still have a bunch of gold to spend, so next up would be Sid, which is out over this direction. Yeah, mashing escape here doesn't work. But if I select this, then it does. Okay. Well, that's definitely interesting. Cool. Next up is going to be Mandu. Cool, that is down over this direction. Commercial ventures have finished. That's good. Hopefully that will help the supply of food in that area. This is a research city, and we would just spam out the libraries. Cool. Next up is Marat. That is right over here. We need 4 buildings here, and we would absolutely make these be forums and a Freeman district. Prosperity. Cool. National tax plus 15%. I mean, that's pretty nice. Because we definitely need additional gold that we're struggling to spend. Let's head down to Naga, and once we get here, there we go, we are going to queue up 3 Freeman districts and a tax office. A lot of these cities are getting to the point where they're going to... this finished up. Beautiful. A lot of these cities are getting to the point where they are going to be extraordinarily powerful very soon. Okay, so this is Dyes here. I'm going to make this be a research city. So we're going to build noble districts. We're going to build citizen districts. We're going to build a pair of courts of law. And then we're going to have to wait for the civilization value to increase. We have starving pops in this province again. Okay. I'm now going to cancel the fish route. And we're going to import grain here. Because grain is going to be 6 food as opposed to the, I think it's like 4 food for fish. Something like that. So that'll boost this up. We must have had a pop growth here. So that's definitely noted. I'm just wondering, what all do we produce here? There is some wine, but wine isn't food. We do produce vegetables here, so that's something. Sheep here, so that's food. And then cloth here. Yeah. Not a whole lot going on there, but there's +6 food. Okay, that is very, very good. Okay, now back to our constructions. We needed Juba next. So that is down over here. Wonderful. And we would, of course, build some Freeman buildings. Sure, as long as we're here, I guess we might as well build a tax office. Okay, what else do we need? So next would be Jurash, which is the last remaining 4 building slot city for now anyway. So what do we need here? Well, it would be more Freeman buildings. Okay. So next would be Ankira. Where are you at? Up over this direction. Okay. So we need 3 buildings here. This is kind of all over the place. I feel like we didn't actually get this one set up. It's already kind of set up to be a research city. It doesn't produce a great good for that, but I mean, we could leave it be. So we'd get rid of these forums, and then we would build in, well, we'd get rid of the aqueduct too. We'd build the citizen districts, we'd build the academies, we'd build the courts of law, and then the library, like that. I guess it's fine. It'll do. Do we have a city in here? We do not. Okay, we should probably upgrade one. So let's get that going. We should have a city here, yes. I think we have a city in pretty much all of these states. This one does have a city. Okay, that looks good. Is there a city here? Yes. Okay. So we probably have a city in pretty much all of those states, would be my guess, but not necessarily. We have another 4 slaughter. Okay. What do we got going on down here? Okay, this is all over the place. We produce wood here. I'm going to get rid of the academies. We'll put in a foundry. We'll put in 3 mills, and then get rid of the citizen district, and the rest of this can actually stay. We'll put in 2 slave traders and then a tavern. There we go. So that is underway. Nice. Next up would be Tajebu. Cool. So that is right up over here. We need 3 building slots here. That's easy enough. Yeah, we'll become friends with this guy. Okay, there we go. Now, one thing I want to ask the question of is, if we go into here, this view, these are our subjects right now. So we've got Chalcedon, which is somewhere. Ah, that's these guys up over here. Okay. And then we've got, because I'm thinking about maybe doing some annexation. Dur and Central Omana is actually very good opportunities for annexation, and I'm going to do that. So we're going to start working on that. We only have 77 opinion here, so we're going to need to improve opinions with Dur, and then Central Omana is at 152. We'll improve opinion with them as well. Okay, so that is underway. That looks good. Next up would be Hut Secum. So that is... okay, that brought us to a different location because an event popped up as I was hitting escape there. But I believe it was somewhere up over here. Yes, right here. Beautiful. Okay, so a tavern goes in and then a pair of forums. Looks wonderful. Next up is, oh, that's a lot of building slots. So we've got 10, 10, 10, 9. This is probably locations that were disloyal. So Ariza, yeah, this is definitely a location that was disloyal. So we can get these all built up. That's going to be a fairly large expenditure to get all of that done. Eventually. There we go. And I want to check in on the status of these guys. Yeah, they're done with their road build. So we should have them come on down this direction. And they'll get to drilling eventually, but for now, this is looking good. Okay, so next up is Bira, which is right down over here. Wonderful. Okay, we've already got 2 forums here. We produce grain in a city. Okay, that's interesting. We also got an oratory advance. We'll deal with that in a moment. I guess we'll forge some more grain out of our foundry, and we'll put in some mills. Something along the lines of this. Looks fine. So we get another invention. That will be tactical withdrawal, of course. Excellent. And no colonizable provinces at this moment, but I do want to check in on... That is not how that's spelled. Okay, Syrian is right here. Beautiful. Horses? Sure. Okay, so we'll get these mills built. We're pretty much spent down on our gold at long last. So that's wonderful. We'll wait for additional gold to come in before we finish up here. Okay, now we would just need 3 taverns, and that looks great. Okay, so we have Pops dying out over here now. Noted. We are on Borderlands, and this guy isn't loyal enough to change the policy. We could change what we're importing, and we don't need horses here. We'll remove that trade route, and let's import some grain and see if that does the trick. How negative are we? Minus 0.65, that should do it. So on this next month tick, we should be growing in food. Yeah, 9.56. I like it. So that's in these 2 cities, but that food should be getting distributed now, and that should go away. Beautiful. We still have negative food in Philistia. So let's take a look at that. That's down over here. Okay. So how negative are we? 15.68. That's fairly negative. We could get rid of the wild game here and import some grain. And then we'd need to do at least 1 more, for sure. So let's get rid of this and do some grain. And I'm also going to get rid of this noble happiness and import more grain. That should be enough to bring this positive, and we shouldn't have anybody starving. Let's check on this next month tick. Plus 70. That is way more than I thought it would be. Okay, that should be fine. So that looks good. We are positive in food supply in all provinces. So that is absolutely wonderful. What else do we have? Well, we have Hellela. That's an interesting name. So that is right up over here, and we haven't developed this at all. It produces spices. I kind of want to make it a research city, so let's do exactly that. So next up, we're going to need some courts of law here, and that's going to max this city out for now. It will get developed more. We only have 8 pop here, and the civilization value is not particularly high, so that is absolutely noted. We're going to need to wait for some gold here, of course, but next is going to be Tzor HaParat, which is right up over here. We currently have a fortress here, and I don't feel like that's necessary. Let's get rid of that. We produce stone, so a foundry here makes a whole lot of sense. And now we're going to need some additional gold. Okay, and apparently there is a succession crisis going on because this guy died. Okay, gotcha. So Shame Tzadoki is now ruling our glorious nation, and I wish him luck with that. Troubling times indeed. But I do want to put in a mill here. The co-ruler is dead. Yes, we'll put in 3 slave traders. And we do have the civil war brewing. We will deal with that. We're at 77 legitimacy, and it's going down due to our negative stability, which is actually very, very low. Okay, so let's go for a civic focus here. There we go. That'll be fine. And we may even want to prove legitimacy as our scheme. I'm going to do that for right now. And do we have any colonizable provinces? No. So who's the problem here? Shaul Osai. So that is this guy right here. He's 72 years old. He is healthy. I'm going to give him free hands, and that will solve the problem for now. Anyway. So that seems good. Our aggressive expansion is dropping. Our stability is very slowly climbing right now, but our aggressive expansion is definitely hurting that. I'm going to perform a divine sacrifice at this point. I'm not going to do a second one. We can't afford it, but that's fine for the moment. Okay, so this province might rebel eventually, and the Pretender has been placated, yes. We're already on harsh treatment here, so this is pretty much going to rebel. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about it. We'll deal with it when it comes. For right now, I want to get our stability up. That's going to be a very big deal. And we'll see if stability events come through, but otherwise, 0.17 isn't too bad. And our aggressive expansion is, of course, dropping reasonably quickly. So that all looks pretty decent. Let's check in on Brewis. How do I spell that? E-U-E-S. Okay, sure. So that is down over this way. No, I don't care about this. Take me back to Brewis. There we go. Okay, so I want to grab a couple of forums here for sure, and a couple of Freeman districts. There we go. So that looks solid. Next up is going to be Amara. Okay. Right down over here. 4 building slots available. We do produce grain here. Sure, there we go. More followers of the Risen Lord, huh? Okay. Well, next up is Mesber. And sure, this is fine. Okay, where are we? We're right here. Beautiful. Cool. So 3 forums and a Freeman district there would be good. I do want to get these guys to drilling since they have definitely arrived. And let's get that going for now. Next up would be Aram. Okay. So we're definitely making good progress through these cities. No doubt about that. But there's a lot more work to do. So we'll get 3 Freeman districts in here and then a tax office. Wonderful. And then the next location would be Sennar. Cool. So that's right down over here. Again, 3 Freeman districts and a tax office is the way to go. I see that there are starving pops. We'll deal with that as soon as this month kick comes through. Okay. And there are no longer starving pops. Okay. All of our food is positive. Sounds good. Nothing to be done then. So let's go to Kadoy, which is up over here. Sure. This is not set up. I must have missed this one in our initial pass. Okay, we produce leather here. It's not that big of a deal. We do have a great temple, and that is good. 3 free stability or 6 free stability. I'm going to take the 3 for now because I don't like the other negative benefits, but 3 free stability is still very, very good. So we do have 3 Freeman districts here. We've got a forum. This aqueduct doesn't need to be here. I will keep around this great temple. That's very useful. But we definitely want to get some mills in here and then a pair of slave traders for now. Okay, that'll be good for the moment. Next up is Unit, which is right here. Beautiful. So this is a research city. We'll put in an academy and then a pair of libraries. Wonderful. And with that, it is about time to put a cut in here. We've also got this civil war brewing up, though. Who is this? Uziel Haqqani? Okay, that's this guy. We're going to bribe him, but he's going to die soon, hopefully. That would be good. It is time to put that cut in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue to drop our aggressive expansion and develop these cities. We're going to run out of cities to develop eventually. There's still a lot in this list, don't get me wrong, but eventually, you can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.